is you? Tell us your artist name, your real name if you want. Just tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Well, I go by Levi Dieter. Pretty much like the first name I started off with. I used to go by LD403, which is pretty much just Levi Dieter, but with like a spin on it, like 403, just the area code that I was raised in, like Central Alberta. I mean, like, Levi Dieter is special to me. Like, I chose that originally because I never started out like writing raps or anything like that. Like, I started out like writing pop songs and stuff. So like most pop artists are like in the music industry at like that level. Like, they don't really have like weird names like rappers do. They're kind of just like their names, like Ariana Grande or like Justin Bieber, you know, like it's just like Levi Dieter. Like, I don't know. That's like where I went with it. And I like it kind of like transitioned into like the rap, because it's like rapping with my name. It's like there's no like word or like concept that like holds you down like branding wise. Like I can kind of just like be myself, represent who I am, what I want, and you know, it kind of just like speaks for itself in that aspect too, right?
So that's who is you. Number 2, what inspired you to become an artist, and who are your biggest influences?
Honestly, I couldn't even say like originally who inspired me to become an artist. I can't say there's like an initial person that inspired me to become an artist per se, but I'm definitely like inspired by all types of art, you know, not just music, but like my musical influences. There's lots of like underground people that I really vibe with, and even like lots of mainstream people I definitely am vibing with too. But yeah, I'd have to say like my biggest inspiration to keep this all like perpetuating and moving forward is just like the couple of friends that are just as passionate as I am about this music, that when you really have people around you that have the drive and the passion and the love for something that you do, you know, sometimes it's really hard to motivate or inspire yourself. So like the thing that keeps me the most inspired is my friends mostly, especially when I realize like how fucking sick some of these songs like are. Like I grew up, you know, over the last 10 years like not really doing much shit or anything like that, and never really thinking much of it, but as of recently people are like fucking loving it and they're like going crazy, and I'm like, I don't really know why. Like first and foremost I make it for myself, and then, you know, second I make it for my friends, and then third comes the fans, even though they are the ones that will make things happen in the end, like the bigger things. But
when did you get into music, and why? And do you think it was a good path, or would you have chosen a different path?
Like a different path how? Like a different like music path or a different art path?
Different art, any type of path besides music. Would you think of choosing different line of work?
No, I don't think I would choose anything else, to be honest with you. Like I started this probably about 10 years or so ago, and like I said, like just writing like pop songs and stuff like that, like not actually like rap songs, and more or less just like cool poetry too. Like the songs was like something I like kind of progressed in from the poetry. But can you say that question again?
When did you get into music and why? And do you think it was a good path, or would you choose a different path?
Definitely a good path. And I think music is good and art is good in all aspects, because it keeps you focused on something. It keeps you having a hope for something more than a situation you're currently in or something. Art brings light to things that you don't normally see, like whether that's, you know, through music or through drawing. Like you can express things that sometimes words don't fully say. Like music, you can say stuff, but they create feelings when you're listening to it that the words themselves will never be able to make. It's just like a combination of the words and the beat and just the overall vibe of everything, I think.
So when exactly did you start? How old do you think?
Well, like I said, like 10 years ago, so I was probably like 14 when I started like writing pop songs. Like before that, I was writing lots of poetry and stuff, just like essentially creative writing. Yeah. Stupid stuff, right? Like
makes sense.
Yeah, nothing like school educated or anything, just writing stuff out on paper, being a kid, right? Drawing some pictures and shit, dude.
Awesome. What did you start doing first, producing or rapping? What do you prefer, and would you rather do it yourself or have someone else do it for you?
Yeah, start with just the first part of that real quick.
What did you start doing first, producing or rapping?
I definitely have to say I started rapping, like started writing songs way before producing. Producing was something that kind of came more or less like in middle school, and I took like a band class and learned musical composition and basic like musical theory and stuff like that. And other than that, like probably like made beats and stuff like that, I would honestly say comfortably for like 2 years, but other than that, like I've known how to make beats for probably like 5-6 years, just like studying online, trying to like see how other people do it, watching how-to videos for programs that I didn't even actually have at the point in time. So whatever. Like I prefer making the beat myself. As for like rapping or producing, like they have different sides of expression for me, so that you can't really decide. Like I feel like when I'm like writing raps and stuff, that's definitely like a different creative side than making melodies, and
Sometimes you want to find your
messing
own
with the
beat behind it,
drums.
you know?
Definitely it's cool to be able to like give yourself your own canvas per se for the picture, so you can always fit the canvas to the right size of picture or whatever you're trying to draw or describe. But I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, like it's my friends and the people that I hang around that really inspire me to do it. So I mean, nobody likes building a sandcastle on the beach by themselves. Everyone likes to play in the sand with the boys.
So do you prefer doing it yourself, or would you have someone else do it for you?
Oh, I think I kind of answered that. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, you like
I said,
doing it yourself.
Like, there's beats out there, producers that have made things that I would think would inspire
se
me
coming
to
with, like-
express certain situations that beats I may make right now might not actually like inspire me to say those things. So as like a preference, I wouldn't be opposed to somebody mixing it. Like I don't really see a problem in it or anything.
Or
It's
just,
it's
like,
nice to have the
aspect.
creative control.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Be able to level your own highs and lows, the things you want to sound perfect on yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Which is understandable.
At the end of the day, like if someone was doing it, I'd still like to be there, be a part of the creative process. But like,
Who do you feel, or what do you feel is the best song you've ever released, and why?
best solo song that I've released, I'd say it'd be Tobacco, and I just like the overall message of it, like overcoming addictions and stuff, and just targeting one of the most common addictions, smoking. Never really having like a full-blown cigarette addiction. Like that song comes from a spot where I was smoking on and off more because I couldn't afford the cigars, smoking more cigarettes because they're more and they're cheaper. So that came to a spot where I was like, damn, am I gonna really get to smoke this cigarette for the rest of my life? Or like, me and Brody were writing, and I was like, Life is Beautiful beat, like just like some crazy situations with my brother and like in the past, and just dealing with like street life type of shit. Like I feel like that's probably like one of the best collaborative works overall. It's always hard to base on like one song. Like I feel like the whole project itself, like Memories, is something like crazy. Like,
So the last and final question, which musician would you like to collab with next? Any musician that you can think of that you would ever want to collab with, ever?
honestly, at this point in time, I feel like the biggest musician that I'd want to collab with would probably be like out of underground, mainstream, whatever. Like I think it'd be Sunreal, and I just like the fact that he like doesn't just do rap. Like it'd be something good. Like you could do like a nice like pop type hook, but like still rap and like still have those vibes. So I think that's nice. Like it's honestly hard to pick because there's lots of artists that I fuck with and I'd like to work with. So like put just one
Can't really
on the
choose
spot.
one, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think like
It's a mass.
without putting too much thought into it, that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Sunreal.
It's not real. Awesome. And so thank you to Levi Deer for the first Who Is You interview. And
Welcome.
Kids with Ambition, you already
Much
know
love,
what it
yo.
is.
Peace out.
Stuck, trying to catch a break.